Seattle has magic, and millions flock to Pike Place Market to take it in and be a part of it every year. The Hahn building shown here behind the cherry trees is a part of that magic, but it's slated for demolition to make room for a 14-story hotel. So why do we care? It's a fair question. Let's start with a little history. The history of this site goes back before the Great Fire of 1889. In the mid-80s, it was home to a beer garden touted in the Seattle Times article shown here as the only summer garden in the city. Very tastefully laid out, with plants and whatnot. June 6, 1889 was the day of the Great Seattle Fire that destroyed most of Pioneer Square and the Central Business District. And on that day, Hahn's Beer Garden was said to be the only place left standing for a man to buy himself a beer. In response to the Great Fire, wood-framed buildings were out, brick was in, and Seattle was booming, thanks in no small part to the Klondike Gold Rush. In 1897, Robert Hahn built this single-story brick building to replace the beer garden and several other wooden structures on the site. In 1907, Pike Place Market became the home of the city's official farmers market to accommodate Seattle's growing population. This photo was taken where Pike Street meets Pike Place, looking north. Seattle was preparing to host the Alaska-Yukon Pacific Exhibition in 1909, quite a stretch for such a young city, and the pressure was on. In anticipation of the need, 2 upper floors were added to the Hahn building in 1908, which became Hotel Elliott. Single-room occupancy hotels, called SROs, like this one, provided workforce housing above retail space and were a step up from boarding houses. Hotel Elliott was cutting edge in its day because it offered private baths, an innovation made possible by the city's newly completed sewer system. By 1913, the stalls and permanent structures of Pike Place Market had been added, and the market began to take shape as the place we know today. In this picture from 1920, looking east up Pike, all 4 corners at the entrance to Pike Place Market are also familiar. These were the boom years. Now, fast forward 4 decades. In the 1960s, Pike Place Market had fallen into disrepair, along with much of the downtown core, as people moved out of the cities and into the suburbs, and shoppers flocked to regional malls. Pike Place Market was nearly razed in the name of urban renewal. A grassroots effort was launched to save Pike Place Market from demolition. In 1971, that effort bore fruit as Pike Place Market was designated both a local and national historic district. In 1978 and 79, repairs to market buildings were completed. Red brick cobblestones were to replace the blacktop on Pike Place from Virginia to Pike Street and out to First Avenue, including the intersection and 4 corners of First and Pike, laying out the welcome mat for the millions who would come to visit the market and surrounding businesses. Echoing the pride of place demonstrated in the market, the Hahn building underwent a remodel of its own in 1982, including seismic retrofit. It continued to provide affordable housing as an SRO hotel. In 2006, the Green Tortoise became the upstairs tenant. Hostelworld.com named Seattle's Green Tortoise one of the top 10 hostels in North America in its 2009 annual awards. The Seattle Shirt Company occupies the corner retail space on the ground floor, and today is in the process of expanding into space formerly leased by Seattle Coffee Works. This photo is taken from well within the market. Notice the Hahn in the center and the morning sun that streams in above it to warm the cobblestones. If the Hahn building is replaced by a 14-story glass tower, the morning sun will vanish, along with the symmetry and historic authenticity of the 4 corners. SaveTheMarketEntrance.org is a grassroots nonprofit with nearly 90,000 Change.org supporters from all over Seattle, the Pacific Northwest, and the world. We are concerned for the future and the magic of this place. For over 2 years, we have dedicated time, energy, and resources to preserving affordability, quality of life, and sense of place at First and Pike at the entrance to Pike Place Market. We have filed for landmark status protection for the Hahn building and are preparing for our day in court as we appeal the city's decision to grant the permit for this project that will lead to its demolition. Won't you help us save Seattle's magic? Your donations are tax deductible and matching funds will double your impact for contributions while they last. We can't do this without you. Please act now.